Welcome to Garden Wise Adventures. My name is Malie, and today it's time for another Herb of the Week video. This year we're focusing on herbs, and today I'd like to talk about Winter Savory. Now I live in Utah, zone 6/7, and we have difficult winters some years, very cold, very wet, and some years they're warm and dry. So the herbs that I've chosen to grow in my yard tolerate a wide variety of conditions. And one of the toughest herbs that I have is Winter Savory. So let's go look at Winter Savory, tell you a little bit more about it, and then talk about how to grow it and what you can use it for. So this is my Winter Savory. I have one right here. Then I have a new little baby one that's reseeded itself over here. And as you can see, Winter Savory, there's more over here. Winter Savory does reseed itself quite prolifically. But it's not so prolific that it causes very many problems. The way that I keep my savory from taking over too much is I just cut it back after it's done flowering. And it's done flowering usually by October. It starts flowering in, let's see, I think it's just barely started flowering. This is mid-August, so it starts flowering mid-August. And if you look really carefully, it is completely covered in every kind of pollinator. We have little tiny wasps, we have bees, we've got bumblebees, we've got all sorts of predatory insects, including all of the flies. But this is just really one of the best plants to draw in pollinators. Now, savory is also really easy to take care of, and it is really useful. One thing that I love about it is it's a useful landscape plant. Some places that I've read online count it as a small shrub. If you look down near the bottom, it does have woody stems. It's kind of like a rosemary in that way. So it has woody stems, and I actually cut it to the ground. Well, actually, maybe not completely to the ground, but I do cut it back to about 3 to 4 inches tall once it starts dying back in the winter. And that's all I do to maintain it. It gets a little bit of water when everything else on this hill gets water, which is about once every week to 2 weeks, depending on the heat. And I don't fertilize it. I have never divided this plant. It was planted 15 years ago, and this is the full size that it gets. Now, online sources say that it's hardy from zones 6 through 9. Now, actually, this is a 15-year-old plant, and we did have one winter where it got negative 10 degrees, and my Winter Savory didn't even have a hiccup. It was absolutely fine. We've had really dry, warm winters. We've had really cold, wet winters. It gets buried in snow a lot of the time, and and there's never been any dieback on it. It is done beautifully. Now, as I said, it does reseed itself. You can propagate it that way. You can just let it reseed itself and dig up extra plants. You can purchase seeds online. You can even propagate it by cutting. So it's a really, really easy plant to grow. Now, for uses, it is a really delicious herb. It's a kind of a cross between rosemary and thyme. It's not as strong as rosemary, but definitely stronger than thyme. I use it in soups and stews. I use it with meats. It's really, really good with beans. It seems to pair really well with beans. And you can use it fresh or you can dry it. So it's a great herb to use. Now, it is also medicinal. I don't discuss using medicinal herbs on this channel because I'm not an expert, but there are many, many places where you can go and learn from experts on whether or not you should be using Winter Savory medicinally. But culinary-wise, it is a great herb to use. Now, I would love to hear if you are growing Winter Savory, what you use it for, and how hardy it's been at your place, because it seems to be hardier than it says online at my place. So hopefully this video has been helpful for you. If it has been helpful, I hope you like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and go have a wonderful garden adventure.